This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Thursday, January 26, 2023. The title of this rant is, Hey Republicans, beware of Russians bearing gifts, as they want to destroy this country just as much as you do. So, away from that, there's an FBI guy, just got charged with money laundering, was charged with hiding $250,000, and what else was he charged with? Something else, evading U.S. sanctions. All right, so here's the thing. He was an FBI guy. He was head of counterintelligence in 2016 for the whole United States, the FBI. He had security clearances all over the place. He was always being checked on what he was doing, etc. And he still found time to do this. No sanctions have to deal with Russia. And there's Pascha. I have a tough time saying his name. But these are exceptionally egregious offenses that someone would commit. And, you know, like I said, he had a super top secret clearance rating, and he has these charges against him. And what does this tell me? Like I said, number one, he's a bad dude for what he did. That's just incredible. The second thing is that the FBI, when they got wind of this, played it really low key. They didn't let anything out about this. They did the work of it out of the LA office. The charges were eventually brought out of the New York office for the money laundering and violating U.S. sanctions, and out of the D.C. office for hiding the money. So I'm thinking he's going to go down, because I just can't imagine that the FBI would bring these charges without investigating this guy all upside down and making sure that every single thing that they have against this guy is going to stick. Now, the question is, will there be more? I don't know. But let us take us back to Russia. Let us go back to the election of 2016 when he was head of the counterintelligence. And there was all kinds of stuff coming out that the New York City FBI office where this guy was operating out of was leaking like a sieve to Rudy Giuliani on all this stuff. And that at that time, there was all of this stuff about Russian interference. And we know that Russia had bots, trolls, Facebook pages, YouTube pages, and all other kinds of social media pages with psych ops and all kinds of other crazy stuff, because they were going after Hillary. And they were doing it with the cooperation of some other people in the New York field office of the FBI. And of course, that was also with a whole group of Trump and many of his stooges, or let's just say traitors. All right. Now, let's just remember three things right before the election. That, number one, the FBI field office was leaking all over the place, giving crap to Rudy, which was coming right from Russia. They forced Comey to reopen up the Hillary case. They knew there was nothing going to be there. Comey had to do it because he didn't know if they were going to leak it out of the New York office. And at the same time, the New York office told the New York Times definitively right before the election that there was no Russian interference whatsoever. And there was also something about an Alpha Bank. I remember that too, that there was correspondence going on at various weird times between a Trump group and this Alpha Bank. And of course, none of that's not been investigated. All of this stuff needs to be investigated, because now we have all kinds of unanswered questions about this. And this guy's in a lot of trouble. Maybe there'll be more people in a lot of trouble, but we need to relook at this stuff, as he was head of counterintelligence during the 2016 election. And all I can say is I know for sure that more will be revealed, because Russia, day in and day out, is continuing to use all its means available to try and to destroy the U.S. And many Republicans, in essence, are doing the same thing. And they are following this lead by Russia for greed, for grift, for power, etc. And this must be investigated.